And the time is now, look at it, 5 minutes on the downside of 7 o'clock. Whew. Seems like we got to the big story segment very quickly this morning. All right, the sun is out in its glory in capital city Kingston. It's all the makings of what is going to be a beautiful morning and hopefully a good day for all of us, especially right here on The Rock. If you're just joining us, my name is Richard B. And of course, we broadcast here with you morning after morning, weekday mornings from 6 o'clock until 9 o'clock. And we're live in Jamaica on Best 100 FM. We're live in the tri-state area, New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, and even portions of Pennsylvania on 101.1 on the FM band HD3. And Roadblock Radio also takes us live in South Florida, all across Miami and Pembroke Pines and Tamarack and all these places. Fort Lauderdale locked in right now at 101.1, that's 102.7 on the FM band HD3. We are also live in Las Vegas, courtesy of LinkEntertainmentGlobal.com. And we have to big up our friends carrying us live out of Toronto, Canada, Reggae North Global, ReggaeNorthRadio.com. And finally, in the United Kingdom, Silk Radio are also taking us on their platform. It's now time for the big story. And as you'd have heard yesterday, we had Mr. Fitz Jackson from the People's National Party telling us about their objection to the Portmore becoming the 15th parish. This morning, we're being joined by Dr. Andrew Wheatley. He's the chairman of the Joint Select Committee of Parliament, which was tasked with the responsibility of establishing the framework for Jamaica's first post-colonial parish for Portmore to become the 15th parish. Of course, the Jamaican government has approved a bill to establish Portmore as the country's 15th parish, despite strong objection from the opposition. The bill amends the Counties and Parishes Act of 1867 and provides for the official designation of Portmore as a parish, including its boundaries and capital. Dr. Andrew Wheatley is my guest at this time. Good morning, Doc. How are you doing today?
Hey, good morning, Richie. I'm good. How are you, man?
Not too bad at all. We haven't spoken in a minute. I hope that you've been doing well.
Well, I'm, giving thanks, on the work as usual.
Yeah, man.
Let me also say good morning to your listeners. I must commend Best FM. You guys are doing an excellent job in ensuring that you not only entertain, but keep your listeners informed.
That is what we try to do every day that we're on. Thank you so very much, Dr. Wheatley. First of all, are you somewhat or even any at all surprised at the reactions that are coming from the People's National Party in relation to the move to make Portmore the 15th parish?
Not at all, Richie. In fact, we have noticed over the years, especially since the Jamaica Labour Party has taken control of government, that the PNP has made it a habit to just oppose without putting forward constructive arguments whenever we try to put in place bills to enhance the lives of Jamaicans. Even from a security perspective, they were the same ones that opposed the measures that were implemented to curtail crime. And yes, last year when we looked at the data, we are actually seeing that the policies that we have implemented over the years are finally bearing fruit. In fact, we looked at improving the infrastructure, strengthening the policies as relates to security, ensuring that the police stations are in good condition, vehicles, you name it. But it is what it is. And the move to establish Jamaica's 15th parish, Portmore, it is not surprising that from the outset, despite the fact that the process started with the PNP, a previous PNP administration, when in May 2003, they established the municipality of Portmore. I was one of the first councillors elected to that municipality in 2003. June 2003, as a matter of fact, just a month before the local government election, they established the municipality of Portmore with the boundaries then. Just a month before the local government election. So to me it is clear hypocrisy because the process started under them, and we are now in the process of completing the establishment of Portmore as a parish.
Mm-hmm. Let me pick up on that matter of the boundaries, because in conversation with Fitz Jackson yesterday, I got the feeling that he's of the view that the way the boundaries have now been set it's basically a sort of a way to ensure that JLP strongholds are included and PNP strongholds excluded. How do you respond to that?
That is not true. That is not true, Cliff. As it is right now, Fitzgerald himself, is a member of parliament for South St. Catherine. Now, I don't know if you are aware of the boundaries as it is for South St. Catherine and the boundaries for Portmore. Now, a community like Caribbean Estate is part of South St. Catherine. It is not a part of the municipality of Portmore. They easily relate to Portmore. Yet, the member of parliament, the councillor, who is the council for the Greater Portmore North Division, they are responsible for a community like Caribbean Estate and Phoenix Park again, just to emphasize the point, these new communities. And as such, they are not represented in the municipal council. But the member of parliament, Fitzjackson, is responsible for that area. The councillor is also responsible for that area. Yet these people are represented in Spanish Town, but they are part of the same division and the same constituency. What this does is to regularize all of this. They can vote for their mayor, for their councillor, but they cannot vote for their mayor. They can vote for their member of parliament, they cannot vote for their mayor. The councillor that is elected for the Greater Portmore North Division, for example, that councillor and all the other councillors in Portmore must attend the same set of meetings that they attend in Portmore, also in St. Catherine. The councillors who are elected as councillors for the municipality must first swear allegiance to the St. Catherine Municipal Corporation. So they are doing two work in terms of attending meetings and making representation. But yet, any allocation that is given to them cannot be spent in the entire division. So those persons are left without proper representation. So, for example, if a drain is to be fixed or a road to be fixed in a community like Caribbean Estate, they cannot use the allocation that is given to that division because legally that money must only be spent in the section that lies within Portmore. And so these communities are left without proper representation. So what this bill seeks to do, among many things, is to give full autonomy to the communities of Portmore. What it does, it expands the border of the municipality of Portmore because it now moves away from the Portmore Boulevard and goes all the way. The proposal is to get more communities in the municipality of Portmore, not exclude communities from Portmore.
All right.
And that is the disingenuous part of the arguments being put forward by MP Fitzjackson.
While we're on that, I see also where the leader of the opposition, Mark Golding, has been basically saying, why rush to gain parish status when you don't have, I think he named hospital, he mentioned a market and so on. So my real question to you, Dr. Wheatley, is what are the main benefits of Portmore gaining parish status at this time?
So I'm going to answer that.
Yes.
But let me also point out the fact that the learned leader of the opposition, he is himself is a lawyer, he's an attorney, and should know better than to just talk for the sake of talking. There are no prerequisites. The hospital, the markets, they are not prerequisites for the establishment of a parish. That is one. So he's misleading the public with his argument, right? You mentioned earlier that this is an amendment to the Act, that the Town and Counties Act, which was established in 1867 by a simple vote of the House of Assembly.
Yes.
Right? What it clearly deals with is outlining the boundaries for the parish as well as the boundary for the capital of that particular parish. That is all it takes. That is all it takes. Now, notwithstanding the fact that, the hospital, the markets are not prerequisite for the establishment of a parish, we have taken the decision as a government to put in place these amenities. It is not because of the establishment of a parish. It is because it is part of the developmental process for the parish or the communities within Portmore that, they would want their own hospital. They would want their own market, despite the fact that we are more than in line with the international standard where access to an hospital must or should be within a 10-mile radius to the citizens. So you look at the Spanish Town Hospital and the KPH Hospital, we are within that. And it is so misleading. Because if you look at, say, for example, in St. Catherine, you have communities like Watermount in St. Catherine. And the closest hospital is Spanish Town. How many miles are those persons from the hospital? Look at in St. Thomas, even in St. Anne. Look at communities who are so far away from the hospital, 20 miles, 30 miles away from the hospital. It is a level of hypocrisy that irks me, rather than coming forward with real, genuine argument. The question I want to ask you, Richie, are there any negatives with the establishment of Portmore as a parish?
I'm not picking up any from what Mr. Fitzjackson did mention that some residents are against it. That's what I got from him yesterday.
And that is okay. It is the greater good.
Yeah.
From a management perspective, from an operational perspective, for autonomy, for inclusion, those are some of the benefits, right? The old matter of local government is to ensure that you deliver quality service to the people you represent at the local level.
Right.
And that is what we are doing, realigning the municipal corporation in such a way that it is able to deliver on the services adequately, the services that falls under the purview of a municipal corporation. Right? This process started, and I'm sad to say this, that it would appear to be a little bit of a bad mind. Why is it you would want to deny the people of Portmore parish status? Why? That it makes me speechless at times trying to figure out why would one want to take this approach apart from just being partisan.
Yes. While we're at it, and before I forget, what will be the capital?
The capital is the area where you have the municipal corporation, and it goes all the way to Nagwe, Brayton Boulevard. It includes part of Ascot, where you have the tax office, it's an area. It starts from it's in that vicinity. I don't have the actual
specifics right now, but it's going to be referred to as what? It will be Portmore Parish, and what is the capital?
Portmore Town.
Portmore Town. Okay. Yeah. Now, let me ask you. We want to get an update for the listeners' benefit in terms of the current status of the framework in establishing the legal and administrative framework for Portmore to become the 15th parish, and by extension, Dr. Wheatley, as Fitz said yesterday, if they should regain power, one of the first things they'll do is basically to sort of reverse what you'd have created. Is there any provision being made that to avoid any kind of reversal as well?
Well, first of all, as relates to reversal, that is something that the Parliament would have to take a decision on. That change the law, that so it will not, any other party or government would not just get up and change it willy-nilly. And but where we are right now,
yes,
we and I want to start from the outset. So the matter of establishing Portmore as Jamaica's 15th parish is not something that occurred overnight. In fact, previous administration, PMP and JLP, spoke to the establishment of Jamaica's 15th parish. The last time this was done was in 1867, where the population at that time for the entire island was under 300,000. The population is now 10 times that. With Portmore, the area of Portmore being the largest dormitory area within the Latin America and the Caribbean, having almost 300,000 persons for that area alone. And so in 2003, the then PMP administration started the process by establishing the municipality of Portmore as an experiment to see how Portmore would govern itself. And during that process, it caused a lot of issues, especially as relates to lack of representation and the lack of a clear boundary where divisions straddle both Spanish Town, St. Catherine, and the municipality of Portmore. And so there was an issue with representation. Who is responsible for that community? For example, if there's an issue with garbage collection, who should the residents call, and so forth. In 2007, the then JLP administration, the new JLP administration, spoke about establishing Portmore as Jamaica's 15th parish. In 2020, the Jamaica Labour Party, led by Andrew Holness, as part of its manifesto, gave a commitment to the people of Portmore that we will be establishing Portmore as Jamaica's 15th parish. Having won that election unanimously, with majority support, unprecedented in Portmore, where for the first time the Jamaica Labour Party government won 2 of the 3 constituencies: Southeast, that is currently represented by Robert Miller, and East Central, that is represented by Orlando Terrelong. So fast forward, if that is not a clear mandate that the people of Portmore supports the Jamaica Labour Party's position of establishing Portmore as its 15th parish, then I don't know what else is.
What would you? What would you say are the next steps in the process?
Yes, I'm going now. Quickly along. So a joint select committee was created where members that consisted of members from both sides, the PMP and the JLP.
Yes.
Right? We went through a consultation process. We included the citizens. We used every media available, social media, traditional media. We took in comments from all the government agencies that would have a role to play in the new parish. And the unanimous decision was that yes, it will be most welcome to establish Portmore as Jamaica's 15th parish. The report was tabled, accepted. The bill was drafted. The bill came to this house, to the house, and was debated this week and passed. What next is that the bill will now go to the Senate, where it will be debated, and if passed, will come back to the House and again voted on. And if that is the case, where it passes, then it goes to the Chief Parliamentary Council to do the necessary to tidy up the bill, and it will become an act when it is given to the Governor General, who will then sign off on it.
As far as timelines are concerned, this is achievable in the next few weeks or a couple of months?
It is achievable. It is achievable.
Okay.
It is achievable. I believe that this week the Senate will meet and take a decision, and then whenever Parliament's reconvene, we will then have a chance to finally pass it as an act, which will then be sent to the Governor General. And then it is now about setting timelines to operationalize that act.
Okay. Dr. Wheatley, we're out of time, but I want to thank you for the information you shared with us this morning from your perspective, and I'm sure that the listeners are much clearer on these issues right now. Thanks again to you, and have a great day. Look forward to talking to you again sometime soon.
Thank you, Richie. Have a great day.
All the best to you, Dr. Wheatley. All right, that's Dr. Andrew Wheatley. As we mentioned, he's from the Jamaica Labour Party. So now you have had both sides of the story, so to speak. You heard from the People's National Party through Member of Parliament Fitz Jackson yesterday morning, and we had the pleasure of Dr. Andrew Wheatley from the Jamaica Labour Party this morning, and you heard both sides. So what are your thoughts, listeners? I want to hear from you.